several dreams when I started here in 2000. I wanted to bring artists from countries that had not yet been represented. That was extremely important to me. And I guess one of my biggest goals was to really turn Ottawa into a place where dance artists around the world wanted to come. The dance milieu continues to evolve and change, and I think the role of a programmer, producer, is to both encourage that change and to be there to respond to what the artists want to change. Dance continues to be small p political. So as issues of the day change, choreographers are not afraid to confront and respond to those issues. The very first season that I programmed, one of the companies that I brought was a contemporary dance company from China. And it was the opening of my season, a company that nobody had ever seen in Ottawa, let alone anywhere else in Canada. The sales were fantastic. I was so moved by how many people were curious to see what we were up to presenting this company. And it was incredible. But it really showed something that's been key to a lot of my work, which is, as a primarily nonverbal art form, dance is very universal. And there's an opportunity to learn and hear and see what artists care about, even if you don't speak the same language. I can't talk about highlights without mentioning my courtship of Pina Bausch. So I really wanted to bring Tanz der Wuppertal Pina Bausch to Canada. And through a series of wonderful events, the company made room in their schedule to come and bring her terrific piece, Mazurka Fogo, to Ottawa. And it was a monumental event. People came from Toronto and from Montreal because, again, they hadn't seen the company in 20 years. And it started a very long and important relationship. I'm very proud of the fact that I can bring a company that no one's ever heard of and people buy tickets and come to see it because they trust our judgment. I'm proud that we're still considered adventurous. Our seasons have given a lot of pride of place to women in the arts, and that's something that has been very important to me. I feel blessed that I was able to present Crystal Pite when she was doing her first choreography. And of course, we've been a partner with her for so many years. That feels really great to me. I'm extremely proud of the project that I did with Alexandra Shelley called Encounters in 2017, where we together commissioned 3 choreographers and 3 composers to make one-act ballets that we then supported through residencies, both in music and in dance. I'm really proud that I've been able to contribute to the larger picture at the National Arts Centre, that as the executive producer of dance, but also as a member of the senior management team. I think one of the revelations for me along the way has been that the end moment when you're standing at the back of the hall after sometimes really tricky logistics, that thrill of knowing everything that went into bringing that company. And then you're there surrounded by hundreds, if not a couple of thousand people, enjoying the pure pleasure of that artistic work. And the excitement also of coming out of the theater after the show and have people come up to you and talk about it and argue about it. And that's a revelation to me. I didn't think that it would still be this much of a thrill, and it really is. I love it. Turning people into dance fans has been a lifelong mission for me, and that's pretty fantastic. Everyone inspires me. I have great colleagues and friends who do their own festivals and their own series, and I'm always looking and watching, and we're always talking. Do you know about this? Do you know about that? There are so many choreographers working in this world. It's incredible. These are artists whose flames I want to keep lighting, whose journeys need to be celebrated. So we've really tried to develop relationships with artists. And one of the ways that we've done that was through our Associate Dance Artist program that we started in 2007 and ran for many years, bringing choreographers from across the country in Canada together to meet each other, to be inspired by each other, to see international work. And that then morphed into the Visiting Dance Artist program, where we've been very committed to providing opportunities for artists from Indigenous backgrounds, diverse backgrounds, to come and be supported by the staff, to spend time with musicians and dramaturgs and talk to other people in the NAC, even fundraising folks, to learn about what it is that other aspects of the business can give them. My biggest source of inspiration in this work, without a doubt, has been Peter Herndorf. Peter inspired me in so many ways. He taught me a lot about leadership, a lot about relationships with the people that you work with. See, he's always there. He's always, in my ear. My dearest wish today, almost 23 years later, is not that different from my dearest wish all along the work that I've done. That dance artists get the support that they deserve, the conditions that they deserve, the opportunities to present and tour and find audiences, and for sure that the National Arts Centre continues to be a leader in supporting this art form, which is not only near and dear just to my heart, but to many, many patrons and supporters in Canada and around the world. That we continue to discover the new voices, the artists of tomorrow, that we lift up equity-seeking artists, of course, and women in general, but alongside also supporting artists that have been around for a long time because they still have a lot to contribute. And that we're at the forefront, that we're there around the table, having those first discussions, making those first suggestions, daring artists to be bigger and better, not bigger just in terms of scale, but realizing their dreams, that we continue to make sure that this art form is given pride of place and is recognized for the creative importance that it brings to society and to the conversation.